We just had our first solo cash cup in the new format, super stacked lobbies, massive prize pools, and unfortunately NA was ruined by cheaters. We had Peterbot in first place going into last game, get stream sniped and taken down by a hacker. How do we know? Because they uploaded the clip on social media. I'll talk about that and show it later on and break down all of the action. It was also our first chance to see how some of the big names were going to go in this new solos format. Clicks, Mongrel, Malibuka, Mr. Savage. I want to break down everything that happened because it was a pretty crazy day. Let's jump into it. Just quickly before we jump into the rest of today's video, it is that time of year. It is Christmas. We're going into the season of gift giving, buying yourself some presents, maybe gaming. And if you're struggling to do that and you want a better way to get gear for yourself or for your friends, Shippin is the way to do it, and they've sponsored today's video. Let's be real, sometimes Christmas shopping is a bit of a nightmare when it comes to getting the best gaming gear. Maybe you want something that's limited edition, it's out of stock, it doesn't ship to your area, the shipping estimate means you're gonna miss it for Christmas, you really want to get your friend a present but you don't know what to get them. Shippin has you covered. Shippin connects you with local shoppers from around the world who can buy the items you want and then ship them to you. It's like having your own little Santa's helpers around the globe. So if you want something that's limited edition, is only sold in one country, they can buy it for you and then ship it to you, and the prices are amazing. Here's how it works. You go onto the website shippin.com, you place your order, someone buys it for you and then sends it straight to you. You get all the tracking information, it arrives on your doorstep, no hassles. I actually just used Shippin myself to buy myself some figurines behind me that I couldn't get in Australia, so I've spoiled myself a little bit for Christmas. And if you want to make Christmas even better by spoiling yourself or a loved one, use my exclusive code Antics25 to get 25% off your first Shippin order. Delivering joy one package at a time. All right, let's kick off with NA. This is already going to open up a big problem. As soon as I show you the finals leaderboard from NA, you're going to see it. Elite Iomzo won the tournament. Not really. This is a fake account. It's a fake Elite Iomzo who is very clearly got extremely good aim and hasn't played much Fortnite before. Yes, I know we're on the same topic of cheaters again. If you watched any of the tournament, you've probably heard it. It's about to get even worse, but yes, right off the bat, we already have a cheater winning in the finals, and they also won in the opens. And are you thinking, Aussie? In the comments, you told us Fortnite was doing all of this to get rid of cheaters. They were adding a 14-day cap. If you play with cheaters, you get banned. Yes, and that has massively helped things as far as the team game modes are. It hasn't got rid of all the cheaters, but it has helped things massively, especially the threat of a 28-day ban for anyone who plays with cheaters. But in solos, it's always going to be a little bit worse. And unfortunately, in this NA finals, it was really, really bad. And it makes me sad to say this. I was really hopeful. I was telling you guys in my videos, I think Epic is going to finally make a big stance about stopping cheaters. They made a whole blog post about it. They talked about how they're adding extra rules to make accounts harder to play, you know, banning people who play with cheaters. They're even going to start taking legal action, suing cheaters and cheat developers. And now, unfortunately, we have multiple players make it all the way through opens and finals, blatantly cheating on what looks to be brand new accounts. Batman Booger was the highest placing player who was on a genuine account that I trust to say Batman Booger won the tournament on 374 points. Huge props to him. He played phenomenally. I want to give him as much credit as possible, but it soured it because not only is he not on the top of the leaderboard, we also have this clip surfacing of a group of people in a Discord call targeting Peterbot in the last game when he was in first place and using hacks to take him down so he couldn't win the tournament.
Loot the building. Oh wait, that's Peter. Easy, you're not winning!
Peter down.
Cheater 100%.
Does he know? Does he know? Does he know?
Easy.
That is an extremely tough watch. It feels bad. It's also one of the main reasons people always ask, why does Peterbot not stream more tournaments? It's free money. You can make so much money from streaming. Peterbot streams the first solo cash cup of the season, and then he gets stream sniped, so a cheater gets into his game, targets him, and then loses him the tournament. Obviously, you could say, oh, he made more money from the stream. You know, he had tens of thousands of viewers, but Peterbot said multiple times he cares about winning. He doesn't care about streaming. And yes, he missed out on $5,000. It's nice to know that some of that is recouped from the streaming, but it's still frustrating. It's still annoying. It still shouldn't be a thing that happens. Dino Raw's team in third. I'm not entirely sure. I trust that this player isn't cheating either. And then we have Cold in fourth, which is a phenomenal performance from Cold, technically getting in second. And then we had another team cheating in fifth. That's not to mention we now have the real Iomzo in sixth, which gets really confusing. People are now going to hear that Iomzo is cheating and think it's the real Iomzo. And there's also another Cold that was in the top 50 who's also a cheater. And we have another cheater who came 10th who is impersonating another Fortnite pro called Taki. So not only are these players cheating and ruining other people's tournaments and just making it a gigantic mess, they're also impersonating other pros, which makes it look even worse. Those pros, people are going to see Taki on the leaderboard. People are going to say he's a cheater, and they might not know that Taki is a genuine pro and be like, oh, that Taki guy, he's a cheater. No, it's a cheater who's changed his name to Taki, which Also, I thought changing your name to impersonate other pros was also against terms of service. In the past, we had people like Ronaldo get his name action because he was trying to make a joke with clicks and pretend to be clicks, but not really. So I don't know what Epic is doing right now, and it makes me sad. I've made a lot of these videos now commending Epic. This season's amazing. They're making great changes for competitive going forward. I usually try to avoid talking about cheaters as much as possible. I especially don't like to make a big part of the video pointing out the names, giving them attention, but how can I not talk about it when we have cheaters winning opens and finals, another cheater ruining the chance of the player who could have actually won, and then like 4 of the teams in the top 10 are cheating? How can I not talk about this? It is hard to turn around and say, despite all this, it was such a good tournament, but it was really fun to see proper solos again. I love the solo victory cups. I think it's one of the biggest successes Fortnite's ever had. For the money put into them, it generated so much hype in the player base and really got people grinding the game to try to get their first earnings. But man, have I missed really good stacked solos where seeing someone get a 12 elim second actually means something again. And I really think, looking at the leaderboard, except for NA, I'll talk about EU in a second, which had no cheaters, by the way. Not sure why EU is just so much better for no cheaters, but you see the best of the best players at the top. You take out all the cheaters, and as far as I'm aware, it's Batman Booga, Cold, Iomzo, Peterbot, Bolts, Muzz is up there, Chance did really well. You have so many big names, and we do have some other actual genuine up-and-comers. I don't just think anyone who doesn't already have $100,000 earned placing is a cheater. If you go through these people's accounts, they've got like 10 events played. They used to play on Brazil Duo 0 builds on controller, and now they're playing based out of NA on mouse and keyboard. Like, it's really suspicious. You guys know me. I don't just throw the word cheater around easily. So it was a really fun tournament to watch. I think this is one of the best solo metas we've ever had. The Typhoon Blade nerf had me a little bit worried for how solo was going to play out, but the Typhoon Blade actually still works really well in solos, and most players who are playing well and aggressive get their hands on the Void Oni mask, and it was extremely fun to watch. So I'm really hoping Epic does something. This is a wake-up call. They step up their manual ban system, because we know with the new kind of measures in place, if someone gets banned, it's so much harder for them to start cheating again, because again, they have to get a brand new account that's played 14 events, level 350. Anyone who plays them in any team game mode gets banned. They could potentially be sued. If you keep multiple cheating, I'm sure that's going to get Epic's attention to start pursuing legal action. We just need Epic to step up the manual bans, and we'll be a lot better. But it's not all doom and gloom. I want to talk about the EU leaderboard, and like I said, for whatever reason, the EU leaderboard is amazing. I couldn't see a single cheater. It was like a who's who of people I recognize. So at the very top, we had Malibuka win it all on 405 points. Malibuka has been one of the most consistent solo players of the last few years. He's probably my pick to win if we had like a solo FNCS or World Cup solos. Malibuka has the mental for it. He plays every single region all the time. He loves solos, and it showed. He played 7 matches. He won 1 of them, but look at this match history: 8th, 1st, 3rd, 9th, 4th, 6th, 4th. In solos, he plays so phenomenally well. I'm sure we're gonna get a banger like Reese Hub video breaking down how Malibuka did it. I watched a few of his games. He seemed to land a really safe drop on the far south of the map. He'd sit in zone for a really long time, and he would carry a fishing rod all the way into endgame, and anytime he would find a body of water, he would use the water boon that he got from the shrine. He would use that to heal himself up, and then he would just fish extra meds. And then he would use those meds, carry a fishing rod to the next spot in case he took damage, fish up some more, and he just always had an excess of meds, and he played so incredibly well. He did just beat out another fan favorite, Vico, who came in second on 378. Vico was actually streaming the whole tournament, was doing really well, was on pace to win it. And in the last game, he got into a W key lobby because people were trying to get out of their game early. He had to win that game to beat out Malibuka. And unfortunately, because the lobby was so dead, he put himself on a dead side of zone. He got fully lobby focused, and it ended up costing the game, but he played phenomenal. We had another German player in third to round out the podium with Zhu on 341 points. Malibuka also then qualified for NA, went on to play NA, was in the running for money, did extremely well, but unfortunately towards the end he did start to fall off a little bit on the leaderboard. Didn't end up getting in money on NA Central, but for a good part of the tournament he was in the top 10. So I fully expect to see Malibuka to be our first multi-region earner. I did also want to give a shout out to a player who almost earned money in the EU finals, and that is Alba. And the reason why I want to gas up Alba is because she is a female player. We have had the Milk Cup going on a lot of female circuits, and I know sometimes all female tournaments rub people the wrong way, but I really like celebrating the girls who are doing extremely well in these open tournaments with everyone. Alba was only 2 places off earning on EU. She came 27th overall on 287 points. 1 more elimination and she would have earned. As for a recap on some of our bigger names we haven't seen play stack solos in a while, we had Mongrel and Savage on EU. Unfortunately, we never actually got to see Mr. Savage play. He ended up doing a sponsored opportunity in Germany, so he missed Opens and Finals. His plan was originally to watch Opens when they were supposed to run a few days ago, but because they glitched, he missed both rounds. Mongrel ended up playing the Opens, but unfortunately didn't make the Finals. The playstyle doesn't really suit Mongrel right now. He's looking really good for trios. He's locking in, but in solos, he needs to be more patient. We know there's a problem Mongrel's had since the beginning of Fortnite. He loves W King, he loves fighting people, and in such a placement heavy format, it just doesn't fly. He played really well, showed a lot of promise, but unfortunately didn't make the finals. Meanwhile, Clicks very much did make the finals, played phenomenally well in Opens, was actually making a good run for winning in the finals. It looked like he could be in that top 10, top 25 for money. Unfortunately, the last few games came a bit unstuck. One of the games did go down to potentially one of the cheaters. He ended in 86th overall, but it was really fun to see a lot of these pros start to really care about solos again. Not just the people used to seeing like Muzz grinding and trying to get as many wins as possible, but a lot of other solo players, you know, big pros we're not used to seeing care that much because it's only $76, start locking in. And it has me super excited to watch this tournament every week, arguably as excited, if not more than trios, just because it's so fun to watch the pop-offs. I will try and have some more comprehensive VOD review kind of videos breaking down who's doing well and why, but if you want to check out my React channel, I have a 29 kill game from Peterbot in the Opens. He absolutely popped off. It's really fun to see how Peterbot is keying even in these stacked solo games, so go check it out.